Welcome to Essential Inclusion. Thank you so much for joining me once again. I'm so happy you're here. Today, I just want to talk briefly about social skills and attention deficit disorder. So, good social skills require attention. So, individuals with attention deficits commonly struggle with socialization. This could be children as well as adults. So we need to notice the cues that tells us what someone is maybe thinking or feeling when we're having a conversation. So some things that we need to keep in mind is having a conversation and having the back and forth, and not constantly interrupting the person that we're having the conversation with, or our child is having the conversation with. So this is something that we can work on with the child and bring it to their attention. When you're having a conversation, when you say something, you have to pause and listen and look. You look at the person's facial expressions, their body language, and then you listen for their response or a comment. Okay? So that's one thing that we could work on ourselves, or even work on with our client or child that has attentional difficulties. Another thing that's really important is being aware of drifting. As an adult, if you struggle with attentional difficulties, you may be in a meeting and the meeting's going on and someone says something interesting, and then you start analyzing and thinking about it and developing it in your brain. In the meantime, the meeting's still going on and other information's being said and other information is, coming out, but you may look like you're drifting off, or you may even look bored. And so this could also happen with a student who is in a classroom who may be thinking about something pertinent to the lesson. However, they're not attending to what's happening right at the moment. And they seem like they're drifting or they're dazing off into space. This is another thing that is really important to be aware of or to talk to your child about. Okay? And lastly, something that could be an issue is overextending oneself. This is especially for adults. Because of impulsivity, when someone says, "Hey, do you think you can help me move on Saturday?" A person with some attentional difficulties might say, "Oh, sure, I'll be able to do that," not thinking and realizing that they have already made a commitment to someone else or has another commitment. So it's really important to make sure you have a calendar, and that before you accept any request, you make sure that you look in your calendar to make sure that you're free and that you're not overbooking yourself. So these are a couple of things that might become a struggle with people with some attentional difficulties. I also want to share a couple of essential oils because I love essential oils. I tend to steer towards the things that are natural, right? That God has provided for us. And these essential oils are powerful and potent and effective. I use Young Living essential oils. Anyway, my children, I diffuse into the air for them to breathe when they're doing schoolwork. One of the oils that I use is Brain Power. This is an amazing oil to help them stay alert and to help with brain function and focus, so that they'll be able to be in an optimal state for learning. Another grounding oil that I diffuse at times is Vetiver. It's very good, especially when you have the wiggles, your child has the wiggles and is kind of all over the place, and you need to kind of ground and sit and be able to focus. Vetiver is amazing for that. This one I love. This is lemon. Lemon is a citrus oil, and it's a bright and like sunshine in a bottle kind of oil, and it helps you to be alert, right? Lemon, a nice fresh smell of lemon. And you know what? Let me take a sniff. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. Yes. So it's very bright type of smell. So thank you so much for joining me. Please leave a comment or a question. Let me know if there's a subject or a topic that you would love for me to discuss. I'd be happy to do so. And again, I just thank you for joining Essential Inclusion. I'll see you next week, okay? Have a great week.